Hello, my name is Wes Cribb. I'm a sophomore majoring in business with a minor in entrepreneurship at the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill. And I am from Wilmington, North Carolina. And this is my life story. I am lazy. Now, my parents, they are not lazy. My parents both grew up in poor families in the middle of nowhere, rural North Carolina. They have worked incredibly hard their whole life to work their way into college, get a degree, get a good job, and move to Wilmington so they can provide a better life for their children. I am their children, but as a kid, I did not inherit their determined and hardworking traits. When I was a kid, they wanted me to be adventurous, they wanted me to be committed to improving myself, and they wanted me to be determined. Now, as a kid, I was incredibly adventurous. I was always outside catching bugs. I was always outside, trying to do something new. And when I got a little older, I joined Boy Scouts because I wanted to be a part of it. Now, in Boy Scouts, I did more adventurous things. I hiked, backpacked, camped, and became an Eagle Scout. So even from a young age, I always, was committed to being adventurous, which is one of the things they really did want me to do. Now, although I was that, the other two things they really wanted me to do, I was never really that. And this continued all the way up until high school. And I remember the day where, my whole thought process around, wanting to improve myself and being determined kind of changed. It was when I met my counselor, my school counselor, or my academic counselor, freshman year of high school. And she was just asking me, where I wanted to go to college. And I said, Charlotte seems cool, NC State seems cool, but my ideal college is going to UNC Chapel Hill. And she looked at me and she told me that, that was a lot of hard work. I needed to have good grades, I needed to be smart, I needed to be a member of my community, and I needed to be just extremely dedicated. And at that time, I was thinking, and I was like, I don't really sound like any of that. I was always kind of smart, but I'd never really applied it. So from then on, I was incredibly dedicated to changing that. So I, tried harder in school, got better grades, took harder classes, got good grades in those. I started to volunteer more in my community, and I enjoyed volunteering too, so it was a win-win. And so I began to really turn all around, and eventually I did get into UNC Chapel Hill. So, and also I have greatly improved my determination. I'm extremely determined now, especially to get into the business school. I'm completely dedicated to improving myself in many different ways, and I'm still adventurous. I may not be completely outdoorsy now because I'm in school all the time, but I'm still dedicated to trying new things here at UNC. So I guess at this point I can say that I'm no longer lazy. But thank you for listening to my origin story. As of right now, I do not have any of my plans for after graduation set in stone. As I previously mentioned, I have not been accepted into the business school yet, and assuming I get accepted into the business school, my main plan is to do something in the financial industry. Now, for me, this looks like working in a larger company, being some sort of financial analyst, or maybe even related to stocks, although I have not 100% figured this out yet. I also am very open to the idea of working for a big company in Wilmington, potentially, like maybe even the port, or working for one of the large banks there and doing something more related to banking or finance in those industries. Now, for my backup plan, if these happen to fail, I would like to work for a sports team. Now, still in a relatively professional setting, I think it'd be extremely cool to be just some sort of director or some sort of higher up in a sports team. I'm a big fan of sports. I watched it my whole life, and I've played sports myself. So I've always admired and thought it'd be cool to be a higher up in one of those organizations. But I guess a second plan B for me would be I would like to be a cook. If everything else fails, I think I've enjoyed my time working in kitchens, and I think I would very gladly go back and just be a full-time cook. And maybe even be like a corporate chef. I guess that would be a higher level of cook for my plan B if everything fails. But yeah, either working in the sporting industry or the food industry would definitely be a good backup plan for myself. Thank you.